Hey guys, how you doing? Carrie here. So I'm sitting here at the park right now. I just got done paying my car registration at the tax office. It's kind of silly. Like when I walked in, like I had this almost like an image of me, like a flash of an image in my mind's eye as I'm walking in, like I'm a sim on on this computer game, The Sims, and I'm just a sim walking in and out of the tax office, and then the dollar bill sign like going off above my head, like I just paid $75 tax to the tax man. Um, anyway, so I felt a little compelled to come do a video. Just kind of like, I mean, not really anything scripted or anything in particular. I guess I really just want to talk about, like, okay, like earlier, like I was watching this video on YouTube, this Kanye West on Jimmy Kimmel, recent stuff where he's like, talking about his opinion of President Trump. And I mean, it's a really controversial controversial topic, and then when John came in from work for lunch, he came to pick me up because I had to go and pay the tax man. Like it came up in conversation, and I told him that I had a newfound respect for Kanye West, right? Based on the stuff that I had seen, and it kind of turned into this talk about, like what's been going on, like the rabbit hole kind of thing. And I'm one of the ones that I've jumped down that rabbit hole. I have the awakening experience. I have the visions and the things, the dreams and stuff. And I've used my own discernment meter. Like we all have our own discernment meter to discern for myself what is real and what's not real. And basically, when you jump that far down the rabbit hole, you know that everything that you've been taught is a lie. You know that. And it's very hard for people to believe. Like he's heard of some of these things, and I'm sitting there and I start to feel myself get really passionate. Like at first I'm like feeling anger. I'm feeling anger, and I can feel it welling up inside me. Like I'm like, you dumb idiot. Like, don't you do your due diligence? Don't you research what you're talking about? And he's like saying that he doesn't believe all of these things that I know as a fact. And he's like waiting for mainstream media and all of this stuff to come out and tell, where's the facts? Where's the proof? Where's the facts? And, and I realize that he's playing a role. Like he's actually, like after the conversation died down a little bit and like we had to leave because it's time for him to go, and I'm ready to smack him. Like at this point I'm like, fuck you. Like you're gonna sit there and argue with me when I know what's true. And I just kind of like found myself having this know-it-all kind of demeanor when it comes to to talking about that stuff. And like it just really made me see it for what it is, like the bigger picture here. Like I got this numerology report the other day, and oh my god, it's like spot on. It really is. Like the whole know-it-all thing, coming across as arrogant because I know it all, and getting irritated that other people aren't taking the search for knowledge, the search for truth as seriously as me. But that's my personality. Like that's just me. I have a huge thirst for knowing the mysteries of life. And over again, John has told me, I don't really need to know. I don't really, I don't really have that, that question lingering in my mind. And that's the path he's on right now. And the thing is, like, if you watch the Kanye West video, he talks about two driving forces taking place right now on the planet, and that is love and fear. So you could go the love path, which I'm preaching all day long: love, 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 unconditional love, compassion, this bigger picture, that higher perspective, have compassion, everybody's playing a role. But at the same time, I was just like so mad because I'm like, well, if you don't do your due diligence and you don't research these things and find out for yourself, and you just push it away, then you're ignorant. And I like basically called him ignorant because, and it's just like, to me, I'm like, okay, well, and so, yeah, that's why I wanted to come and do this. And I know that Kanye West, like, I'm actually able to, I keep scratching my leg, so the camera is kind of doing that. So, yeah, I know that Kanye West knows more than he has been able to say. And I can now, with a clearer perspective, I can see why he's been so angry at these people that are bullying him into being a certain way, to saying certain things for the mass to not be awakened and not be alerted to what's going on around them. And that's what's happened, is like, people are so afraid of their darkness. They're so afraid of any sign of darkness, because what are we taught by the mass? The religion, the religious doctrines were put there in order to keep us afraid of darkness. We're afraid. So we push it away and we polarize to the light so much that we are blinded by the light. And Jalila mentioned this in her call last night. We are blinded by the light. So how are how is this global elite able to do what they've been doing for centuries, right under our noses, and we don't even know it, because they put little snippets of the truth out there, but people are so involved in their own world and pushing away their own darkness that they just can't see it. They don't see what's going on. And when they start to see it, they deny it because they don't want to believe it. And they push away that darkness within themselves. So I guess, like, let me just wrap this up before I go all, off further on this tangent, like, they're playing a role, okay? And as dirty and nasty and disgusting as the stuff that they're doing with the children and with, like, all of this stuff, it is a role that they're playing, a mirror. Everything acts as a mirror, and what they are mirroring to us is how we treat our inner children. We prostitute our inner children by being in that abusive relationship, and for the sake of being loved, we're prostituting we're forsaking ourselves, we're murdering our inner children by denying their needs. We're not taking care of our own needs for the sake of something, and it goes back to fear. Fear and love are the driving forces. Kanye is so right about that. And when you come to think about it, it is polarity in its finest form, in its truest forms. Everything comes down to fear and love, because whatever you're doing, it's out of fear that you're not loved. So I personally see fear as the opposite of love. Like, a life without love is what we all fear. We fear being without love. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, all of this crap is about to hit the fan, and people out there, they don't know. Like yeah, we all signed up for this. We all knew what was happening on this planet before we came here. We all knew that we would forget why we came here and who we really are, and that we are all souls involved in this, playing a role. And compassion is, and like unconditional love is really the only answer when it comes to helping everybody get through all of this, because not everybody wants to jump down that rabbit hole. Not everybody signed up for jumping down the rabbit hole like I did. Not everybody's exactly ready for what's about to happen, and regardless of whether they're ready or not, it's happening. The truth doesn't falter, doesn't change based on who believes it. Believe has the word lie in it. Truth and lies are the opposites, you see. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Do you like what I did with my hair? Like, I went completely red with it, and I got it cut again, so it was kind of looking all scruffy and roughy. So on a personal note, like, we went and met with this lady that's going to be, see words are swords. Okay. If we create our own reality, then shouldn't I say is the lady who is renting this trailer to us? She is renting it. We met with her and talked with her. So hopefully we won't be at this motel very much longer. I'd say within the next month we should be able to move and, start having some space. But, and as far as like with the last video that I did, I'm doing better, like I realized that I have just really kind of internalized like all the pain in my life out of like fear of not being good enough, fear that I'm not going to be loved by people, fear that I don't love myself enough to, excuse me, I quit smoking again. I'm ready this time. I'm there. But just fear has kept me like from reaching out to people and branching out. So I'm going to be doing that now. I'm not on Facebook anymore. That was too much pressure for me. But anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know I am doing better. And I am going to go get my dogs and probably come and take a walk. So start doing things different than I did before. Like I'm on the how do you say that? I'm on the, what's the word? How do you word? Precipice. Is that it? I don't know. You know what I mean. Like I'm on the edge of all of these changes happening in my life. Like it's all happening right in front of me, and gotta really blonde myself out sometimes. But it's, at first I was really freaking fighting all these changes and like, no, like throwing a temper tantrum, like a spiritual temper tantrum. Like I feel like my higher self is up there just kind of dragging my body along, like, come on, we're going this way. It really, trust me, it's what's best for you. And I'm down here kicking and screaming like the whole time. No, I don't want to quit smoking. No, I don't want to quit drinking. No, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. And thanks for watching. I'm going to cut this off now. I didn't mean it to turn into 15 minutes. But yeah, this is where I'm at.
and I will talk to you later.